This is Kevin for Pixavert.com. In this video we're going to be doing the color splash effect in Gimp. I'm working in Gimp 2.82 and this is the 5th time I've tried to record this video, so if you hear some desperation and frustration in my voice, that will be the reason why. So we're basically going to be taking a color image and draining the color out of it and leaving one object as a color. This effect can be applied to any photograph, but I think it works best where you've got some object that's really going to stand out when it's in color. But I mean, it's very effective. It produces a really nice looking effect, and it's very simple to do. So we're going to get started. We can do this in a number of different ways. I'm just going to bring up the status bar there. We can make a duplicate of the original and then desaturate it like that. That produces a fairly dull looking black and white. What I decided with this image was to go to the channels, to grab the green and to drag it into the image, and make sure that you reselect the green after you've dragged it into the image. That gives us a green copy. I'm going to add an alpha channel to that, and that's not essential, but I just like to do that. Zoom in like that. I'm actually going to switch off the black and white and we're going to work on the color. We're going to use the intelligent scissors, and this is a tool that sometimes works very well with black and white. Sometimes it works well with color. In this image I just prefer to work with the color layer. So we're just going to click on the edge of the fruit. I'm going to change the settings so we've got feather edges, 5 pixels. That will be fine for an image of this kind of resolution. Interactive boundary. With the interactive boundary selected, we can click somewhere and we get like a preview of what the selection is going to look like, what the path is going to look like. We can just continue. You can move the pointer to different places. Sometimes you find that this kind of thing happens where you get this sort of rough edge, and no matter what you do, you can't fix it. So if that happens, just carry on until you get to the end. We don't need to worry about very minor deviations from the actual surface of the fruit because this is going to be feathered, so we're really not going to notice that. Once you've closed it, click in the inside of the path and that turns it into a selection, and we can now create a mask. So I'm going to go to the black and white layer and I'm just going to zoom out, right click, add layer mask, selection, invert mask, and that creates the mask that we need. Let's zoom in again a little bit. If I alt click on the layer mask, you can see it's a very rough mask, and that's what the intelligent scissors do. We need to refine the mask in a couple of areas, so we're going to use the path tool, and I'm going to get rid of the selection by choosing select none, and just click and drag in areas that need to be fixed like that. If you've got really smooth areas like this, the path tool is very easy to use. And Control to close the path, right click, select from path, that creates a selection. I'm going to click away so that we can see things a bit more clearly, and I'm actually going to choose to turn off the selection. So I'm going to choose show selection, and that just hides the selection, although it's still active. Making sure that I'm working on the layer mask, I'm going to drag black into there, and you can see that fixes that part of the mask. We need to do that down here again. Select from path and again drag black into there, and that fixes that part of the mask. And if we come over here, we can see that there is a part there that needs to be fixed. It's just a fairly rough part of the mask, and if we just draw a path there, Control to close the path, select from path, again drag black into there, and that's done. You can see here we've got a very sharp line, whereas everything else is fairly kind of soft. What I want to do is just to correct that, and I'm going to add a filter blur, Gaussian blur effect, and I found that a setting of 9 worked very well. You can see that just blends that little edit that we did there in nicely with the rest of the mask. And if I just zoom out now, you can see that we've carried out the color splash effect. Very simple, very straightforward, very effective. There is a little bit of the fruit down there. I could go ahead and mask that in as well, but I think that more or less demonstrates the idea. You start off with the intelligent scissors, and this works fairly well where you've got fairly well-defined edges, and then you just finish off with the path tool just to make sure everything looks really neat and blur out any inconsistencies in the mask. So I hope you find some uses for that effect. That's it for now. Until next time, take care. Bye.